Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Greg Allen, and I'd like to welcome you to another season of Baker High School football. We're having the Baker High School Coaches Show this evening, and with me is my guest, the head coach of Baker High School, Coach Larry Thomas. We're going to look at what happened to the Baker Buffaloes this past week, what they've achieved, maybe look at some plays from last week's ball game, and talk about what we can expect from the Baker Buffaloes this coming week against their new opponent, the East Ascension Spartans. So y'all stay with us, and right after this commercial message, we're going to introduce the new head coach for Baker High School.
Make any day special with Fun Flowers from Billy Ann's. Starting at just 25 cents, Fun Flowers fit any occasion or give them for no reason at all. Billy Ann's is ready to help you with your flower needs day or night. We're easy to reach. When thinking of flowers, all you need to remember to do is dial Florist. Our staff of professionals are ready to serve you. Remember to just dial Florist for Billy Ann's flowers and gifts. Video System Maintenance is locally owned and operated. Your video problems, large or small, are no match for our trained technicians. We provide full in-shop repairs on VCRs, video cameras, and camcorders. We're a factory-authorized Zenith and GE warranty center. We give free estimates and are proud to back our work. Your equipment will be back to peak performance. Open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to noon Saturdays. Come by 427 Charles Avenue in Baker. Video System Maintenance, 775-8155. Add a new look to any room or to the whole house with new wallpaper carpet or tile from PPP Interiors. Pam and Julie have been helping people with interiors for 7 years, and they'll be happy to help you. Our Armstrong Studio Showcase displays complete lines of Armstrong carpet and tile, which guarantees top quality at an affordable price. Call from September 15th to October 1st and tell us you saw this commercial and receive free installation. Get started on that new look today. PPP Interiors, 775-7587.
Hello, folks. We're back here with the Baker High School Coaches Show. All of you remember that last year was Coach J.C. Stewart's last year as the head mentor for the Baker Buffaloes here at Baker High School. Taking the head coaching position starting this season, his first year as head coach, not a newcomer to Baker or a stranger to the Baker Buffaloes because he's been with them some 20 years, but as the head coach, he's in a new position. Coach Larry Thomas. Coach, glad to have you as head coach. Glad to have you aboard.
Okay, thank you, Greg. And it's really been a challenge so far, and we enjoyed this past week. I just hope we have many more memorable weeks to come this season.
Well, I was teasing you, Coach, earlier, and I said if you'd choose to retire right now, you could retire percentage-wise as the winningest coach Baker High School's ever had, because you're 1-0 on your whole career. Now, not many high school coaches can say that they're perfect in their career so far.
That's true. Maybe that's what we ought to do, but knowing the players we have, I'm sure we're going to continue to have a good season and have a positive outlook, and we're going to play them one at a time each week, and really looking forward to it. A lot of excitement on the sideline, and it's just a good time of the year as far as I'm concerned. I've been involved in athletics all my life, and I don't know how I'd be without it, so I'm really looking forward to the challenge on Friday night.
Well, good. You had, I don't think you could quit right now if you wanted to, by the way. I don't think the people would let you, but that being what it is. You've been out there starting some 20 seasons, but you've always been in a subordinate position. You've come out here this season, started with your August training. Y'all worked real hard, had a kind of extra hot season, extra hot temperature-wise August out there. Y'all came into a scrimmage game with Lafayette, then a jamboree ball game with Southern Lab. How do you feel about what you learned during those two preparatory events?
Well, it was very warm, and still we're getting warm weather. We had some extremely hot days, over 100 degrees a few of those days out there. I told players I couldn't even see them in the huddle, so I know what they were going through with all the equipment on. But we survived those hot days and prepared ourselves for Lafayette, who kind of embarrassed us last year. Went down, they changed the defense around, and we got a little shook. Our quarterback was inexperienced, and we had an inexperienced offensive line, and we just didn't look good. And we wanted to have a good showing this year against Lafayette, and they tried the same thing. We had a new coach, they had the same assistant coaches, and they got after us blitzing and so forth, but we picked them up enough to get some big touchdowns on them and came out of that thing with no injuries and well pleased with our potential to score. And our defense really looked good against Lafayette, and they were running the veer, which we wanted to play against the veer offense before we met Baltimore, which is important to us, and I think that helped us in containing the quarterback especially before we played Baltimore.
Right. Of course, that was fun in games with Southern Lab and with Lafayette, but then you come into your regular season play against Broadmoor, which is for the marbles. And again, it's not a district ball game, but you kind of like to head toward winning them all, whether you in fact do in the final analysis or not. The old saying is you got to win the first one or you can't win them all.
That's right. Well, the Southern Lab game really, I thought, really helped prepare us to improve our defensive backfield. We have two areas that we do have new players coming to the team. Our defensive backs are some seniors, but they haven't played last year or two. We have some coming off of basketball that didn't play last year. They're talented athletes to support our defensive group, and in fact, we've intercepted 4 passes in 2 outings now. So the game with Southern Lab really helped us match up with some good receivers and 2 of the best quarterbacks in the area, I thought, in throwing the ball. They probably could play with a lot of people.
Well,
they challenged us.
That's a good test, because a lot of people were concerned with our defensive secondary, and you came out against 2 strong people already. You wound up, like you said, with 4 interceptions of the football. So maybe that's not going to be a major weak spot after all. Maybe these guys can meet the test that you have in your secondary, and of course we're hoping they do.
Right. Broadmoor, again, Bucky Richardson last year, you remember he broke off the option play, the veer option, 3 long runs in 2 ball games. They beat us earlier in the rain and mud, and it didn't slow him down. We came back and learned a lot from playing the first time, and we're better prepared and beat them by a touchdown in the playoffs. But the touchdown they got during the game was a 55-yard sprint by him off the option. So our kids came out looking for him off the option where he fakes back up in the line, and we were ready to contain him at that point. And being pass conscious, he has arm and plays shortstop just like our quarterback does. And we were conscious of the strength of his arm, and we just hung him back in the first quarter. And he wasn't keeping it and pitching out a little wider. And by hanging back, we got cut off a few times and made a few big gains by the running backs on the pitch. But once we adjusted there, we began to contain them. Then we had him contained.
He is a fine athlete, and I think he's going to do well throughout the season, and I think it's complimentary to the Buffaloes to be able to excel and to be victorious when they play somebody like that. Broadmoor didn't have a great deal of depth. I think they said they had some 29 players on the whole football team. Baker Buffaloes have some 60 or 65 players, so it kind of looked like, and I think we had mentioned during the ball game as commentators, that we were kind of confident at the beginning of the ball game when it looked like they were getting a little head start on us, that maybe the depth was going to play a factor. And I think in the final analysis it probably did. Not taking anything against the Buffaloes, but Broadmoor will show up this season. I think they'll have some successful ball games. We've got those folks behind us. We're going to take a time out here, if you don't mind now, and look at some footage from Friday night's ball game and maybe kind of discuss what we're looking at.
That's good.
Okay, early in the ball game, Coach, on this play, they got some good yardage wide. What kind of play was this, and what was our defense looking at?
We were looking for the quarterback. As you can see, our end picked up the quarterback, and our corner is supposed to pick up the pitch man, and we had him in what we call invert position, just outside the end, and he was playing too pass conscious and really wasn't aggressive, didn't come up the field, and the pitch broke wide open outside. But we're just a little overconscious of Bucky Richardson breaking up that seam after he faked that near back in there.
Coach, down close to our goal line, we got a break here. What happened? What took place?
Well, they go back to the option again outside, and they break off a fairly good run down around the 5-yard line, and our nose guard is on the pursuit angle down the line, and we make the big hit there, and he comes up with the ball. Howard Bonaventure is in position to cover the football.
Good. Okay, Coach, we had held them out a while ago, and we had to punt to them, and now after just a couple of plays, we find ourselves in this position.
Okay, they're still running the veer option where the quarterback comes off and fakes a dive back, and then he can keep our pitch. And we're taking his run away, as you can see. But our cornerback is still hanging back, and we haven't made the adjustment yet. And of course, he walks in easily with
Yeah.
the blocks out front of him.
Doggone his first score of the year against the Buffaloes. Okay, Coach, we're well into the second quarter now, and it seems that our defense has come together. We're containing a few things that we weren't in the first quarter. Tell us what happened.
Right. Our cornerback, you'll see it on the left side. Watch him come up. Lamar Thomason makes a great tackle.
Beautiful.
He just became time for him to get aggressive. He was hanging back before, and when that pitch man shows, he's got to come.
Good open field tackle.
Right.
On the very next play, we got a break. Lynn Howell was where he was supposed to be. Take us from here.
Lynn, I believe, read this all the way and had his eye on the ball. And of course, Lynn has good height and good leaping ability, and he just gets up there and pulls it down and makes a good run down the sideline.
Got a couple of blockers in front of him. We got back in real good field position, and that kind of brought us back to life and put a little something going for us.
Right. Defense team turned it around and got the spark for us.
Okay, Coach, when the defense gave us a break, we took advantage of the break, and I think we're going to see that here.
Right. When we really were able to set up, they did a lot of blitzing linebackers. Their idea was to keep Chris from setting up to throw the ball. And when we did pick him up, and he had time to release the ball, we found people open because they didn't have enough people back there. And Tony Sampson makes a great catch.
Okay, we barely missed the catch, but we seen the end result in the end zone.
He made a good catch on a fine throw. One of our offensive linemen, Mike Odendahl, was doing our kicking for this game, and he was very consistent. Well, we kicked 3 out of 4. Did a good job following through.
Okay, Coach, here we are, getting down close to the end of the first quarter. We had the ball on about the 21 or 22-yard line. Here's a good run, and then the following play, we get some points on the board.
Chris Mook sprinted out to his left, and he finds Theron Duncan down to about the 2-yard line.
Well, that was good. That was a beautiful concentration because the ball was tipped around, and Theron Duncan kept his concentration, which is what y'all do in practice with those tip drills. It shows it pays off.
Right. Broadmoor was going man-to-man near the goal. They played zone. We got close to the goal. They went man-to-man on receivers, and therefore left our running backs open.
We had a real break here toward the end of the first half with this event, with that tip pass, and then taking advantage of that, we followed up with this play right here.
We put Matt Young in at right guard, and we run behind he and Mike Odendahl with Theron Duncan carrying the ball and get to 6.
Did we get the extra point? All right, Coach, that wound up the first half of play where Baker was leading by a score of 14-6. At that point, I guess you was a little bit more confident than you were after the first part of the first quarter there, I guess.
We felt a lot better at that time. Greg, we began to contain Broadmoor. First quarter, they moved on the pitch outside pretty good, but we came back second quarter, had a good second quarter, and we knew we had to put points on the scoreboard to beat them, especially the quarterback they had. And we took the plays away from him, but he's smart enough to dump the ball off, and they took advantage of the first quarter. So getting those 2 touchdowns really made it a little bit better for us at halftime, and we saw where we'd already made adjustments, and it was a lot more pleasant halftime than what we had anticipated at one time.
Yeah, I can imagine you feeling a little bit better. Coach, we're going to take a break here, and when we come back, we're going to look at some highlights of the second half of the Baker Broadmoor ball game, and then we're going to talk about this thing sitting right behind us right here, the coveted Mayor's Trophy between Baker, Louisiana, and Gonzales. The 2 mayors compete through the media of the 2 high school football teams. So we'll share that with the folks when we come back and look at some more football.
Video System Maintenance is locally owned and operated. Your video problems, large or small, are no match for our trained technicians. We provide full in-shop repairs on VCRs, video cameras, and camcorders. We're a factory-authorized Zenith and GE warranty center. We give free estimates and are proud to back our work. Your equipment will be back to peak performance. Open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to noon Saturdays. Come by 427 Charles Avenue in Baker. Video System Maintenance, 775-8155. Coming soon to Baker. A new concept in eating. Shenanigans. A private club restaurant with fine dining in mind. Leave the fast food behind. For more information on limited membership, call 774-6699. Add a new look to any room or to the whole house with new wallpaper carpet or tile from PPP Interiors. Pam and Julie have been helping people with interiors for 7 years, and they'll be happy to help you. Our Armstrong Studio Showcase displays complete lines of Armstrong carpet and tile, which guarantees top quality at an affordable price. Call from September 15th to October 1st and tell us you saw this commercial and receive free installation. Get started on that new look today. PPP Interiors, 775-7587. Make any day special with Fun Flowers from Billy Ann's. Starting at just 25 cents, Fun Flowers fit any occasion or give them for no reason at all. Billy Ann's is ready to help you with your flower needs day or night. We're easy to reach. When thinking of flowers, all you need to remember to do is dial Florist. Our staff of professionals are ready to serve you. Remember to just dial Florist for Billy Ann's flowers and gifts.
Coach, it's exciting to be back here in Baker High School football season of 1986. I think that we are a football-oriented community. These kids play football from the time they're little bitty boys. Their parents follow them. We have a good fan support. I want to tell you something. I want to take an opportunity to thank a young man that has been a very, very important part of Buffalo football this year that nobody will ever know unless they are a member of the coaching staff or a member of the Baker Buffaloes. And I mean the fans in general would have no opportunity of knowing unless we would mention this young man, and that's Jay Thomas, your son, who is, while he's not obligated or being compensated in any major way, has taken a great deal of his time this summer to be with our football players, our young men, as a strength coach with them. He was dedicated at that weight room over there, and I'm going to tell you, we've seen the difference in these boys when football season started this year because of efforts by Jay. And I want to say thank you to Jay, and I think y'all have something to be proud of by having a son like that.
Well, Greg, I'm proud of Jay and his dedication to coaching. He's a year away from, finishing his degree in coaching, and he's up at Southern Mississippi where they have a coaching program, and they allow those young men to coach in the Hattiesburg school system. So he's a full-time coach besides a student in the Hattiesburg schools. He had an opportunity to go with the Hattiesburg High School and coach, but his heart is here on Friday night, so he's here on Friday night with us. But Coach Stewart is really the one that recognized his ability last summer. He headed up, a year ago, he headed up our weight program, and we began to see a vast difference in using free weights as compared to using the universal that we used in past years. So he spends a lot of time, and I think our players really appreciated that.
Well, I know they did. I've heard many a comment about the help that he's given to them. Now, when he gets finalized in his coaching career, gets ready to settle down, we don't want to find him at Broadmoor or someplace like that. You understand?
Well, I hope not, Greg, but we'll try to move him out of the parish at least.
Keep buying him red and black shirts. Maybe he'll take the hint.
Well, I know where he wants to be, but Baker football, like I say, has been traditional, and it's been good to the community. It's been good for our players and good for our coaches. And we don't have many coaches that care to leave Baker, and there's not very many changes or turnovers, which we're proud that we have that kind of program, and makes my job a lot easier this year, knowing that we do have that kind of tradition and those players and the coaches that we can just turn them loose and let them coach.
Well, we do have a good staff, and of course we don't want any of them to leave, but we would like to think that maybe one day Jay can be with us over here. Coach, we're going to take an opportunity now to look at some highlighted plays from the second half of Friday night's ball game with Broadmoor, and then again, maybe after we look at these plays, we'll take another break and then be back and talk about what we're going to be looking at next week. And this little gizmochi sitting behind us back here. Okay, Coach, here's some action in the second quarter. It didn't take us long to remember that we had something going for us, and on this play right here, a little event takes place that kind of keeps that momentum going for us.
Right, we're in good position here. Alonzo Frank stays at home. You see the quarterback roll back and scramble back and releases a pass in the flat, and he's there to pick it off. Real fine.
Great effort by Alonzo Frank. Okay, Coach, this is a big part of Baker High School football.
The cheerleaders doing a real good job, and as you see in the background, our band's always there supporting us and with the dance corps. And when we come in on that end, there's a lot of excitement going on, and really our kids want to come in on this end of the field. We consider coming in on the other end of the field, but they say, oh, that fires us up and gets us ready to play. So,
well, these kids take a big part in Baker High School football. They work hard, the dance team, the band, and the cheerleaders. We wanted to recognize them here on the Baker High School Coaches Show. Okay, Coach, this is a good play that kind of highlights one of your players you might want to tell us something about.
We have a tailback at Theron Duncan that ran for 100 yards in this game, and this is one of the better runs, and as second half continues, he gets better and better on his running, good blocking up front.
100-yard rushing, that's an accomplishment for high school. Okay, Coach, this is a good effort by one of the kids, one of the Baker Buffaloes, but it went for naught.
Alfred Hudson makes a good run behind our offensive line, which does a good job, and we get a clip right at the goal line. Tony Sampson had a clip, but he was going full speed, and it's just one of those things. And great run by Alfred. Alfred squats over 500 pounds, very strong in his legs, and he took it in.
Okay, here we are, Coach. A fine effort by your quarterback, Chris Mook, and Theron Duncan, that again went for naught.
Right, as I mentioned before, they're going man-to-man coverage, and our backs out of the backfield are wide open. And Chris dumps it real beautiful out there to him, and we got caught for holding in the line. Of course, it comes back.
Okay, Coach, in the tradition of Baker High School football, of not quitting, even after those two setbacks that we didn't score on, we stayed in there, and this is what takes place.
Chris Mook stands under pretty good pressure, stands in there and releases the ball to Ty, which Ty brings it down.
Number 6, Ty Thomas. You know that ball pretty good. Y'all gotten pretty close in your years of football.
We look at each other across the table pretty often.
Okay, Coach, this kind of shows the elusiveness of this quarterback, Bucky Richardson. Then we're going to go on into a play that our camera kind of missed the front part of.
He's very elusive, and we have people take 2 shots at him. You'll see Theron Duncan get up off the ground after he missed him once and then stripped him the ball, and Paul Esch covers the fumble. Yeah.
Here's the end of a play right now where Ty catches the pass, and we're catching going on into the end zone for a touchdown. Ty Thomas.
Right. We tried to hit the big play after the fumble and on first down to set up this pass.
Okay, Coach, it looked pretty good Friday night. Now we've got it ahead of us for this coming Friday night, and we all know the rivalry that we have with East Ascension, and what marbles are on the table for the game. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back to highlight what's happening this next week.
Make any day special with Fun Flowers from Billy Ann's. Starting at just 25 cents, Fun Flowers fit any occasion or give them for no reason at all. Billy Ann's is ready to help you with your flower needs day or night. We're easy to reach. When thinking of flowers, all you need to remember to do is dial Florist. Our staff of professionals are ready to serve you. Remember to just dial Florist for Billy Ann's flowers and gifts. Video System Maintenance is locally owned and operated. Your video problems, large or small, are no match for our trained technicians. We provide full in-shop repairs on VCRs, video cameras, and camcorders. We're a factory-authorized Zenith and GE warranty center. We give free estimates and are proud to back our work. Your equipment will be back to peak performance. Open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Friday and 9 a.m. to noon Saturdays. Come by 427 Charles Avenue in Baker. Video System Maintenance, 775-8155. Coming soon to Baker. A new concept in eating. Shenanigans. A private club restaurant with fine dining in mind. Leave the fast food behind. For more information on limited membership, call 774-6699. Add a new look to any room or to the whole house with new wallpaper carpet or tile from PPP Interiors. Pam and Julie have been helping people with interiors for 7 years, and they'll be happy to help you. Our Armstrong Studio Showcase displays complete lines of Armstrong carpet and tile, which guarantees top quality at an affordable price. Call from September 15th to October 1st and tell us you saw this commercial and receive free installation. Get started on that new look today. PPP Interiors, 775-7587.
Coach, I want to say congratulations to the Baker Buffaloes, of course, for being victorious, but also they were chosen this week by FM 98 as Coca-Cola Team of the Week. Congratulations, and I think you have a comment you want to make about one of your players.
Yes, Greg, we're real happy about Chris Mook, the game he had. Of course, we had several players that had good games, but Chris was outstanding in it. He threw 3 touchdown passes, threw one that was called back for a touchdown. So he's selected this week by the Morning Advocate as the Player of the Week.
Good. Congratulations, Chris Mook. Coach, we got we've been talking about it sporadically through the show. We got the big rivalry game with the Spartans of East Ascension. And first of all, where are we playing them at?
We play them here Friday night at 7 o'clock at Wedge Cows.
Boy, that's good. It's always tough to have to go down to East Ascension and play them dudes down there. But we get our chance at them up here this week. And what we've been talking about is right behind us right here is the coveted Mayor's Trophy between the Mayor of Baker and the Mayor of Gonzales. This has been going on for many years. And I've had the opportunity myself to be able to go out on the field and get this trophy, receive it from time to time on behalf of the mayor when he couldn't be there. And that's really an honor. And a lot of times we carry it down there with us and just get to show it to them, and we keep it anyhow. So you need to remind the Buffaloes how important this ball game is. Of course it's important to them as being fighting, battling Buffaloes, but it's important to their community. We get to hang on to this trophy.
Well, I sure hope we do, Greg. I hope we just get to flash it to them and store it away again and look at it for another year. This week, the team we're seeing this week is much different than the ball club we saw in Broadmoor Southern Lab. They're much bigger, they're huge in their line. They have a quarterback that's mostly a passer, not a scrambler like the one we saw with Baltimore. So it's really going to be a challenge because they are going to be a very physical team. It's going to be a physical ball game for us, and we just hope that we can take advantage of our talent where we have it and pull off some big plays and keep things moving.
They're always a well-coached football team. They always show a lot of poise, and they always strap on the headgear when they're playing the Baker Buffaloes. Probably more so this year because we're ranked number 1.
They're always going to try to get after us, and it is a big rival game. The cities really get into the game, and they'll have a good following up here. And we're picked first in our district, and they're picked to tie for their district first place. So there's a lot of pride between districts besides in the city. And since we are ranked, I'm sure they're going to be trying to knock us off. They've lost the 2 games coming in, and they really have some big people up front that they can really muscle you. So we're going to have to be heads up and really play a smooth game and know what we're doing.
What is their record right now?
They're 0-1 right now for the season, but they did lose in the Jamboree to Jesuit out of New Orleans. Lost to Lutcher last week in the regular season game.
Well, Coach, I'm sure that y'all will have the Buffaloes prepared and ready for them and remind them again about this trophy. Before we close, I want to thank Billy Ann Riddle with Billy Ann's Floors for helping us with this beautiful set that we're sitting on here today, Coach. Of course, she's always been a great supporter of the Baker Buffaloes in the past years. And, of course, she is one of our sponsors for the ball game night. Coach, I want to thank you for being with us on the first edition of the Coach's Show for 1986. Again, congratulations on your victory Friday night, and good luck to y'all through the rest of the season. And I'll see you back here next week with the same good news, I hope.
My pleasure, Greg, and we're looking to make some happy meetings in the future.
Good. Coach Larry Thomas.